Hey there, how are y'all doing today? Welcome to Review Sesh. If you've been here before, I really appreciate you coming back to visit me. And if you haven't been here before, give me just one moment. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So my name's Mike. What I do is I review federally legal hemp products and devices. So it doesn't really matter whether it's a consumable product of any kind or whether it's a functional device of any type. We're going to be looking at all of that stuff on this channel. I really do hope you enjoy the content that I'm making for you. Alright guys, so recently I've been filming some different types of reviews and I haven't been doing much in the way of flower reviews, but today we're getting back into the flower reviews and we're looking at something that I'm really interested in. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead, like usual, I'm going to kick it back to the previous me, and what he's going to do is he's going to reiterate a little bit about what we do here on this channel, and he might even be able to explain a little bit about what THCA is to any of you who might still be unsure or unfamiliar with it. And then afterwards, we're going to hop right into the review. Alright, as you guys know, I review federally legal hemp products and devices on this channel. And some of these products have THCA in the name. And THCA is one of those things that has an awful lot of people confused right now. So if you're one of those people that's confused, give me just one moment. Let me explain a little bit. I might be able to educate you a little bit about what THCA actually is. And THCA stands for tetrahydrocannabinolic acid. And it's the naturally occurring compound found on all hemp plants everywhere. Basically, it's the precursor to what we know now as Delta 9, THC. All right. So, in and of itself, though, guys, THCA is not psychoactive. You're not going to go out and eat a piece of a hemp plant and get any elevated effects. It does not work like that. It first has to undergo a process called decarboxylation. And decarboxylation may sound like a fancy chemistry word, and it's because it is, but it's very simple in principle. And it simply means application of heat. So it doesn't really matter whether it's environmental heat, just the heat of the sun, it's a hot day outside, or, we're applying some artificial heat with some flame or with an electronic heat source like I like to use. We are decarboxylating that THCA molecule and it's dropping that A right off the end of that molecule chain and it's leaving you with good old fashioned THC. So, guys, I want to be very clear on this. For all intents and purposes, the THC that everybody that you've ever spoken to or has ever spoken about before this, before 2018, they have been referring to THCA, the naturally occurring compound found on the plant. All right? Very clear about that. It is basically the same thing everybody's always spoken about. But the great thing is, since 2018 in the federal farm bill, we can get all these things to our doors. We don't have to go out and, you know, deal with strange people at odd times of night, potentially go out and, waste our time at the least and risk our safety at the worst. Now we just get it mailed to us. And when you get your packages in the mail, you're going to be getting something like this. This is a letter, a notice to law enforcement and the Postal Service. And it just dictates what is in the package, and it does list the applicable sections of the 2018 Farm Bill that the things in the package are covered under. Very important to hold on to these guys. You don't want to get rid of these right now. They pack flat. Just hold on to them. There's no reason to throw these out at this moment. For the foreseeable future, hold on to these and hold on to any COAs or certificates of analysis that you may have with your products. All right. All right, guys. With that out of the way, today's good mood is brought to us once again by California Gold Farm. And today we're going to be looking at a strain called Blueberry Z. And I have it on good authority. This is one of the favorites of the guys over at California Gold Farm. Blueberry Z, looking at it real quick, is a cross of blueberry and Skittles. Fairly, yeah, that's fairly straightforward, right? Blueberry Z, blueberry and Skittles. And we're going to be going a bit deeper into the actual cross, into the, lineage and all of that sort of stuff. But for the moment, I'm going to open this up, give it a smell. And it's very heavy on the berry, guys. Very sweet smelling, very heavy on the berry. And it smells delicious. It smells wonderful. I wouldn't say there's much earth or anything like that on it. It's just very sweet, very much like what you'd expect from a blueberry cut. All right. Let's get that poured out on a tray. Those are the nugs, guys. Those are the buds. Very, very nice looking buds at first glance. Well trimmed. Good density. I would say that's actually fairly dense. That's very dense. Um, Pretty good keef on it, I think. It's going to be very keefy. A bit of stick, but as I think we'll look under the microscope, I think it's got a little bit much keef on it to actually be super, super sticky. So far, good looking cure. Really nice bud structure. Really nice structure. All right, so as usual, guys, I'm going to take a cut here. I'm going to get some shots of this, and then we're going to be back and I'm going to try it out, and I'll let you know what I think, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Hang tight. All right, guys, I'm back, and I've got some great shots of this Blueberry Z from California Gold Farm. Um, Looks really, really nice. Super, super easy to get really beautiful shots um, off of this flower, guys. Very, very nice flower. Cure on it, wonderful cure. Trichome density and coverage is just really good. Very, very nice flower. And I was told that this is the favorite of some people over there at California Gold Farm, and I can see why. It's just looking at it, it's extremely keefy. Um, and we may actually wind up with some keef in our catch if it decides not to hold on to it too bad. So we're gonna see what we got here. Had some really nice colors in it. Trichome transitioning is on point for uh for this level of cure. It is right where I would expect to see it. And as usual, very, very well trimmed, very well maintained and kept. Get this out on the tray and see what we got. Oh yeah, now on the nose, the berry just pops. It really comes out. The berry really comes out on the nose. Let's see what we got here. We do have a bit of keef in there, guys. There is a bit. I will try to get some shots of that post video. And if I can get any shots, you guys will have already seen them. All right. That is how I do that, by the way. I just brush it on out onto a little card, and then I get it under my microscope and take photos of it. Then when that's done, I throw it into a jar full of keef. And I've collected quite a bit, actually. All right, so we're going to be trying this with a couple of different bowls. We're going to be using our microdose bowl with the injector side of our one hit wonder. And then we're also going to be using the titanium matrix hybrid bowl. This is the shovel head diffuser bowl. And you can use it with the injector side of the one hit wonder, but I do prefer to use it with the diffuser side. Much, much bigger hits, especially since I uh, got the titanium screen to put in this. The titanium screen, the micron width is it's wider. It's not as tight. Much much better airflow. All right, so we're going to be starting with the microdose bowl with the injector side of the one hit wonder. Mm, that's smooth. Definitely got that blueberry on there. definitely. It's very sweet, um, fruity, but no detectable hint of citrus whatsoever. No detectable hint of citrus, not for me. Mm. On first taste, that is extremely, extremely fresh and smooth. Really, really nice. And this is indoor grown. The cultivation on this is indoor, and you can tell. I mean, um, it's a very clean, smooth vapor, very much so. And Blueberry Z, it's a cross of blueberry and Skittles. All right, blueberry itself, it is it's an indica dominant hybrid 80/20, and it's thought to be descended from purple Thai and Afghan. Um, but according to Allbud, there's no way to really know. Nobody's really sure where blueberry came from, but it's extremely popular, and it's been around for decades. And in 2000, took Best Indica at High Times, so at the Cannabis Cup. So at that time, it was fairly high potency, between 16 to 24%, with a 1% CBN uh, percentage in there, typically, which is pretty nice. That's going to be very helpful for insomnia, depression, anxiety, that sort of stuff. It's going to be very, very helpful to calm you down, make you a little happy, giggly, and then sleepy type of thing. So yeah, um, flavors wise is what we're getting here. Most of the flavors we're getting here, I would say, is from the blueberry. Now, on the other side of this strain is Skittles, and that's an indica dominant at 70/30, and that's a cross of grape ape and grapefruit. Um, and while we do get the berry and maybe some of the smoothness, like grapevine type smoothness from this, so far I'm getting no citrus. So from the Skittles side, I think there's a little less than what we're getting from the blueberry side of this strain. And so far, that's not a bad thing. I really do prefer the blueberry side of things over the citrus. Citrus is everywhere. Citrus is very common. Blueberry for me is something that it's a classic, but I don't get a lot of. So it's really more of a treat. Whereas citrus is kind of basic, to be quite honest. It's one of the reasons I'm not usually big on lemon cherry gelato unless they're very forward. Um, because um, it's got to be a very, very strong, almost pine sol type or lemon pledge type lemon for me to really say, "Oh wow, I love that lemon." But citrus in general, not really something that I'm usually looking forward to getting out of something. So I'm very pleased that this blueberry is leading the way in this strain here. I was wondering why it was running a little hot. Okay, yeah, still blueberry forward, very blueberry forward. Hint of tartness, not citrus, but tartness. Um, if you've ever had a fresh blueberry or something like that, those can be kind of a little bit tart. I'm not talking about store-bought, talking about fresh off the vine. Um, Blueberry can be, or vine, bush, whatever. I'm thinking grapes, but either way, grapes, blueberry, both when they grow, they grow with a certain um, I'm not, almost like a yeast or something on them. They protects the pigments and helps them grow and stuff. There's always I don't know, just whatever grows on the blueberry as it grows. When you take it off of the bush, off of the plant, when you take a grape off of the vine and you eat it straight, there's a little bit of a tartness. Um, Something you just don't get with something you'll get out of a store-bought fruit. Store-bought fruit tend to be very, very either overly sweet or, in the case of tomatoes, they just don't taste like anything really. Um, but this has a bit of that tartness on it that kind of reminds you of the skin of a fresh blueberry or the skin of a fresh grape, right off of the vine, right off of the bush. Um, Really, really nice. It is a very fresh taste. Um, yeah. So it looks like we have some more information about this. Legendary genetics, blueberry and Skittles. From the moment you open the jar, you're greeted with a rich aroma of sweet blueberries. Yes, sweet blueberries. And it does say here candy like citrus. I'm not sure if that's the citrus. I don't know. I feel like it's a tartness. I wouldn't describe it as citrus. And subtle earthy undertones. There is a little bit of earth in there, but it's so fruit forward. It's so berry forward that I'm not sure. Um, I'd really even pay attention to the earthy undertones, to be quite honest. So yeah, it's very flavorful. Okay, that's it. That's not. It's tangy, but it's not punchy like limonene citrus. That's what it is. It says here tangy citrus, and that makes more sense. That makes more sense. That tartness, the tangy aspect is kind of what I was thinking. A lot of times when I think citrus, I think of like sour lemon, but yeah, tangy citrus or tart, really nice. Whisper of herbal spice that lingers. I could kind of see that. I could kind of see that. There is a little bit of herbal something to it. But I think that's down to its freshness. Like I say, it tastes almost like live almost. You know what I mean? I've said that about some living soil that it tastes almost live. And this is indoor grown, but this is very very smooth and very fresh, and it leans toward that live taste. Um, Very very nice. Wow. Whoa. Wow, guys. I think I overdid that hit, but I just noticed something there, guys. I noticed something there. There's a smoothness to this now that I'm so far into this bowl. It's almost done, but the sweetness is smoothing out, and I swear there was a hint of some vanilla or something in there, almost cakey. Very, very nice. It surprised me, really. Hmm. Definitely, definitely. If you guys vape, if you guys vape your flower and you get a hold of this blueberries E, it's very smooth. It's almost like a berries and cream sort of a thing. Really, really good. Once you get to the end of a bowl, it starts caramelizing and smoothing out. Maybe a bit nutty, but with some hints of vanilla. Like, wow. That was a whole level of flavor I wasn't expecting. And I'm not sure if you're going to get that level of flavor if you're just smoking it, if you're combusting it. That flavor profile is not even listed online anywhere, so that kind of caught me by surprise. Um, yeah, all in all, guys, though, I'd say that Blueberry Z from California Gold Farm, that's another winner. I mean, the photos were gorgeous, very, very keefy, extremely potent. Um, this list here is 27.63% THCA. Um, I mean, maybe, but I have a very high tolerance, and yeah, that's still pretty high, but it feels like that's I don't know, it feels stronger than that. Though it is a straight indica too, and I've been having a lot of sativas and stuff lately, so I could just be getting the contrast. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little review of Blueberry Z from California Gold Farm. I do have some more coming from them, guys, so keep an eye out. Make sure to keep that bell icon clicked. Make sure you stay informed for any notifications of any new videos that I've got coming out. I do have daily videos dropping, sometimes twice a day, always at either midnight Central Time or noon Central Time. So um, keep your eyes out. Could be dropping all sorts of different new stuff. I still have some edibles I've got to go through. I've got some other different devices. I've got some new glass coming. I've got all sorts of stuff. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you stick around for what I've got coming up next. Um, I will be having an all-day stream on February 10th. That's my birthday. I'll be 39 years old, and we'll be streaming all day from 12 noon Central Time to uh, 12 a.m. Central Time on the 11th. And yeah, I hope you guys can drop in, hang out. I will be doing my best to stay as conscious as I can throughout the day while celebrating as much as I can with everything that I have to celebrate with. So hope you guys will join me and stop in and say hello, sesh a little bit. Um, as always, if you're interested in any of this stuff here, or if you want links to the Discord servers that I'm frequently found on, you can check out my campsite.bio and my bio on my YouTube profile. And until I see you guys next time, I want you to keep staying lifted, keep staying blessed, keep taking care of each other. And guys, it's looking good. It's looking good. I've got my business partner will be home very soon. So things are looking up for me, and I hope things are improving for those of you who need some improvement in your lives right now. But until you start seeing improvement, if you're not already, do what I try to tell you to do every day. Count your blessings every day. Go to the people who have been there and thank them for being there, even if they've just been able to show a little bit of support. Go thank them. And anybody who hasn't been there, don't give them so much of your attention. If they're not going to be there to support you, don't pay them any mind. They're not worth your attention. They're not worth your energy. Only give your energy to those who are going to support you and elevate you and raise you up, not drag you down or get in your way. Um, so yeah, just keep counting your blessings and thank those people that have been there for you, and ignore those people who haven't been there for you. Basically, is the whole thing. And then give it some time, and in time, you'll start seeing some improvement. So anyway, till I see you next time, guys, I want you all to stay lifted. I want you to stay blessed, like I said earlier. And yeah, I'll talk to you very, very soon. Peace.